All right. There's a scripture that says, "My people fell for the lack of knowledge." And there's also another scripture that says, "Come to me, those who seek knowledge." Showing you that in order for you to obtain that knowledge, that only a few would really go and seek after that knowledge. And the biggest flaw that I notice when it comes to a lot of Hebrew Israelites who profess that they are Hebrew Israelites is the fact that they limit themselves when it comes to knowledge. They dismiss knowledge that they cannot understand, that they cannot see or hear. But there's also a scripture that says that be not focused on the things that you can see, but focus on the things that you cannot see or hear. And a lot of Hebrew Israelites, they are extremely dismissive to things that they cannot see or hear. When you talk about, for example, I'll tell you what I'm talking about. Matter of fact, when you talk about demons, when you talk about spirits, when you talk about fallen angels and all this kind of stuff, they are extremely dismissive when it comes to these type of things. You understand? Extremely dismissive. And I'm gonna tell you this, I've been learning about these things a long time ago. I read the book of Enoch a long time ago, and a lot of them would say, "Oh, that's the white man. That's the white man. There's no such thing as these kind of stuff. It's white man." A lot of them are very dismissive. And I'm gonna tell you this: the knowledge that the Most High is talking about is extremely, and I mean extremely difficult to obtain. Very difficult. So a lot of them will just focus on Esau and genealogies. A lot of them. And I'm going to tell you this, from the last video that I made, the one specifically talking about African are more Hebrew than black people over here in America. Now, from the comment section, you got people who left me comments, such as "Shut the F up, SDFU, go suck a man's genitals, you sound so effing dumb, star, 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 star." Some of these people even tried to hide their curse words behind, abbreviations. Now, that tells me specifically that these people, a lot of our people, are really dealing with spiritual flaws. That these people are really demonically possessed. And the thing is this that you don't understand is that the kingdom of heaven is extremely difficult to make it through. I mean, it's very difficult. I mean, I've been listening to a lot of African witches' testimony on these things. Such things as wearing earrings and, having an attraction to wearing earrings, bracelets, what else? Chains. These things will make you not make it to the kingdom of heaven. And there's a scripture on that specifically that speak out against wearing ornaments. That is against the law. But when I see people cursing in my video, people telling me to go suck a man's genitals, and these are the same people who profess to proclaim that they are Hebrew Israelites. I'm not specifically looking at the person, but I know that this person is dealing with a demon. And when you're lacking in spiritual knowledge, you would never know how to fight against these things, because I see that a lot of Hebrew Israelites are very dismissive on things that they cannot see and on things that they cannot hear. Now, there's a scripture that says, don't put your focus on things that you can see and things that you can hear, but put your focus on things that you cannot see and things that you cannot hear. So that's where our focus should be. Now, a lot of people were angry and a lot of people were cursing me out due to the fact that I said that Africans are more Hebrew than black people over here in America. And I can understand to a certain degree why a lot of people are hurt because it feel like, I'm trying to take away their identity away. When in reality, when I was just saying that when it comes to West Africans are our people. But some people got it majorly confused, thinking that I was saying like people such as people in East Africa are people. Now, when it comes to East Africans, people such as Ethiopians, Burundis, Rwandas, these are all East Africans. These are not our people. You know what I'm saying? These are the children of Ham. Whereas the people from West Africa, all throughout West Africa, these are our people. All throughout West Africa are our people. And believe it or not, Christ is dealing with them in another level, in a very spiritual level over there in Africa. You understand? Now, a lot of people, a lot of Hebrew Israelites are focusing on genealogies and Esau, when you could clearly see that they are spiritually retarded, spiritually flawed. They're dealing with demons. All right. And let me explain. There was this testimony that I'm going to put when I'm finished talking. I'm going to play when I'm finished talking of this African witch who came over here to America. And you won't believe what he said. Now, this guy, he had his spiritual eyes open. He could see things in the spiritual realm because he's a witch. And his spiritual eyes were open. In other words, that he could see demons, literally a demon on a person. He could see demons in activity. He could see demons doing stuff to people and so on and so forth. Now, when he came over here, the thing that surprised him is that he said that when he came over here to America, he was so surprised to see how many children, black American children, who were marked by marine demons. Black Americans who were marked by marine demons. Marked by marine demons. That means the children of Israel over here in America, specifically the tribe of Judah, who were marked by marine demons. He was so shocked. He said, and I'm going to play it. He was shocked to see how many of them were marked by marine demons. So here it is, and I could see the fruits because I see people come in my page cursing me out. Shut the F up. STFU. You sound so effing dumb. These are the words that these people are using, but they don't understand. Because I used to do curse words behind abbreviation. Knowingly that, listen, that I shouldn't do that. But what these people are dealing with is demonic possession. There's a spiritual flaw when it comes to them, when you feel like you must use a curse word to use against me. That is an actual demonic possession. You understand? An actual demonic possession. So if this African witch came over here and he said that a lot of our people, black people from the tribe of Judah, the tribe of Levi, knowing that Levi did a lot with a lot of voodoo, who were marked by marine demons, then that means our people are in desperate need of spiritual knowledge. Now, I could talk to the mundane Christian and he could tell me what a marine demon is. The mundane Christian. I could tell him like, look, what are marine demons? Now, what marine demons are demons when they put a mark upon you. They mark you for prostitution. They mark you to be a thug. They mark you to be rebellious. They mark you for drugs, to sell drugs. They mark you to be a gangster. They mark you to be a prostitute. They mark you to be backwards. They mark you in your spiritual life where you cannot follow through in righteousness. And it's no wonder why you have so many of our black men are in jail. So many of them cannot progress in life. Because our people over here are dealing with the issue of being marked by marine demons. You understand? But whatever it is an evil mark that they put upon you. Now, a lot of our people over here in America are marked by marine demons and are in need of spiritual knowledge, spiritual deliverance. But yet you have all of these Hebrew Israelites who are focusing on Esau this, Esau that, Esau this, and focusing on genealogies when the Most High tell us that we should not be putting our focus on these things, but we should be putting our focus on things that we cannot see or hear. This is the reason why the scripture says, Ephesians 6 and 12, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but principalities and powers, rulers of darkness, spiritual wickedness in high places. These are demonic forces. These are evil spirits that are fighting against us in our walk when it comes to Christ. And I could see it, especially when it comes to those people who put in comments on my page. Shut the F up. You sound so effing dumb. Go suck a man's genitals. Seriously. You proclaim to profess yourself as an Hebrew Israelite, but yet these are the words that you're using against me just because you disagree. No, you're dealing with a demonic issue, sweetheart. You're dealing with a demonic being that is inside of you. You understand? And you need deliverance. Our people over here need spiritual knowledge. This is the knowledge that we need over here. Now, I could talk to the mundane Christian about, oh, I had a dream of somebody having sex with me in my sleep. I could not see the person's face. Automatically, the mundane Christian would tell me, oh yeah, you're dealing with a spiritual wife. These are succubus, incubus spirits that come to you, and when they sleep with you, they sow in tares inside of you. They sow in tares inside of you. And once they sow in tares inside of you, now you have issues. Now you're going to have problems in your life. Now you cannot progress in your life. Now, when it comes to now the breakthrough that the Most High is going to give to you, you cannot have that breakthrough anymore. I could speak to the mundane Christian and he would tell me, look, and I asked him, what is foundational curses? What are generational curses? Oh yeah, these are people. You must have somebody in your family who was involved in the occult, involved in witchcraft, and then now you're dealing with they probably curse your whole foundation. Now your whole family cannot progress in life. You're stuck in poverty and so on and so forth. You cannot make it in life. Now you have demons attacking you. See, the mundane Christian know about the spiritual knowledge that we need. But when it comes to a lot of Hebrew Israelites, I see that you guys are extremely dismissive about these things. And yet I'm looking at you and I'm seeing the way you operate. You're dealing with demons inside of you. You're dealing with these kind of stuff, with spiritual husband, spiritual wife, covenants, and all this kind of stuff. But yet you don't want to know. You don't want to progress your learning. I was talking did a video about the book of Hermas. And this brother came, dropped scriptures on my page, on my comment section. And he said that that book have nothing to do with I forgot. He said that book have nothing to do with the real book. That's a white man's book. The white man must have wrote it, whatever. He didn't say anything about the white man, but he said that book was another book and have nothing to do with the books, right? And the same brother proclaimed me to be a member of a certain group. I'm gonna tell you this, man. Listen, I am not a member of any Hebrew Israelite camps that's out there. You could call me an individualite. I don't even watch Hebrew Israelite videos. Maybe very rare that I will watch an Hebrew Israelite video. Probably 5 months in a year that I might be watching the Hebrew Israelite of these other camps that's out there videos. Probably like 5 months in a year. I do not watch these videos. The videos that I watch that have really, really helped me in my spiritual knowledge and my spiritual growth are the videos of these African witch testimonies. And I'm going to tell you this, you guys should be watching these videos too also. Because when this African witch came over here, you saw that a lot of our people over here in America were marked by marine demons. And a lot of our people over here are dealing with spiritual issues, not understanding that the road to the kingdom of heaven is extremely difficult. Such things as wearing ornaments, chains, gold chains, earrings, believe it or not, is a sin. Such things as luxury or when Air Jordans on this kind of stuff is a sin. Now, these little subtle things, they will get you. They will get you on these little subtle things, which will hinder you from making it to the kingdom of heaven. Because that should be our goal here. But we have demons fighting us against 24/7 to make sure that we don't make it. And once you start to grow, as I'm beginning to grow in the spiritual knowledge and spiritual understanding, once a lot of you guys start to fast and pray, you understand, you're gonna have dreams. You're gonna dream dreams, of strange people coming to you in your dreams, having sex with you. These are marine demons that are sowing tares, evil tares inside of you, to make sure that you go backward when it comes to your walk in righteousness, or to make sure to defile you so that you will not receive the breakthrough when it comes to the Most High. You're gonna have people feeding you in your dreams, to initiate you into witchcraft, to initiate you as a member of the kingdom of darkness. You understand? Or to feed you stuff so that you will not progress. You're gonna have these things. You're gonna have, in the moments where you're gonna have episodes of anger. To make sure that you do not receive the breakthrough that the Most High want to give to you. You understand? So this walk is extremely difficult. Now, how do you pray against these things? How do you make sure that when you're fasting, that you don't have those dreams? I'm going to do that on my next video. But these are the things that are fighting against us. Some of us have generational curses. We have foundational curses, where we have members of our family who are Masons, and I've come across a lot of black people over here in America who are Freemasons, who are members of the occult, not understanding that these things will bring curses into their family. Or you have a witch in their family who is actually doing the cursing, destroying the whole foundation of the house, making sure that they sell the whole house, the whole family members, to demons. Generational curses. You have people who have got into covenants and have not a clue that they have got into a covenant with the kingdom of darkness. And these things could cause you to be a failure your whole life. And you wonder why you're not progressing. You wonder why some of you are not marrying. You wonder why some of you are not receiving breakthrough through God. You wonder why some of you are in constant defeat, constant failure. Is because you have spiritual issues in your life. But yet you want to focus on Esau and genealogies. We must obtain this spiritual knowledge first. We must know that there is a kingdom of darkness, the marine world, demons in the air, demons of forests, all of these things that are fighting against us to make sure that we don't make this walk. Stop focusing on Esau. Stop focusing on genealogies. Some people said I made that video, Africans are more Hebrew than black people over here, to cause division. No, I didn't make that video. I didn't make it for that. But those are our brothers and sisters over there in the west coast of Africa, not East Africa. But a lot of you guys are extremely dismissive when it comes to knowledge. A lot of you guys, you limit yourself, are very limited. And a lot of you guys, as you have problems with connecting the dots. You understand? Some of you guys have a spirit of folliness inside of you. But a lot of our people have spiritual issues over here in America. So I'm going to play the video of the African witch who came over here and who was so shocked and surprised to see how many of our people, our black people over here from the tribe of Judah, are black people over here from the tribe of Levi, especially when it comes to Levites, because Levi is dealing with voodoo. I mean, it's a tradition over there in Haiti for Haitians to deal with voodoo. And you have our people from the tribe of Benjamin. So there is the kingdom of darkness, literally, is spiritually focused against our people. Spiritually focused against our people. And I'm going to read a scripture from the 12 patriarchs. And I'm going to show you that these demons are really coming after us, the children of Israel, more so specifically than any other nation that's out there. But yet you guys want to focus on Esau and genealogies, when the Most High told us specifically not to focus on genealogies. And as for Esau, listen, revenge belongs to the Most High, so he will deal with them. And as for genealogies, listen, only the Most High can really know who is a Hebrew Israelite by blood. Now, if we go to the 12th testament of the 12 patriarchs, and we go to the testament of Levi. Now, Levi was talking to this angel, and he said, "O Lord, tell me thy name, so that I may call you on the day of tribulation." And the angel said, "I am the angel that intercedeth for the nation of Israel, so that it may not be utterly smitten. For every evil spirit attacketh it. For every evil spirit attacketh it." Let me say it again. For every evil spirit attacketh it. So the angel said to Levi, so that the nation of Israel do not be utterly smitten. Smitten, how do you pronounce it? Smitten by what? Smitten by these evil spirits. So it's no wonder why we have so many of our people over here in America who are marked by marine demons. Why? Because these demons, they have their eyes on the nation of Israel more so than any other nation. They want to wipe us off the face of the earth. So yes, as the angel said, so that the nation of Israel do not be utterly wiped out, utterly smitten. So these evil spirits, these demons, these fallen angels, they want to wipe out Israel from the face of the earth. So it's no wonder why so many of our people are marked by marine demons over here in America. Whereas in West Africa, a lot of witchcraft, a lot of magic, a lot of all of these type of things that are going over there in West Africa. Why? Because Satan have an invested interest on the nation of Israel. An invested interest. His eyes is on the nation of Israel. And he's dealing more so on a spiritual level, just as Christ is dealing more so on a spiritual level with the people over there in West Africa. But we over here, we need to catch up with the knowledge that a lot of these West African know, especially dealing with these marine demons and all this kind of stuff and all these type of evil spirits. But our people over here, they limit themselves. So they don't want to seek further knowledge when it comes to these kind of stuff, especially when they are heavily dealing with spiritual bondage over here in America by these filthy demons who have their hands on them. But we over here in the western coast of the hemisphere, we're starting to know who we are. But what I see that our people over here in the western side of the hemisphere are lacking in spiritual knowledge. And I'm talking about more specifically about Hebrew Israelites over here. A lot of mundane Christians know about these things. Some Hebrew Israelites know about these things, but a lot of them that I come across don't know about these things. So it says in the Testament of Levi, you could go look it up and read it yourself. For every spirit attacketh it. So, as the scripture said, focus on the thing.
We have what we call marine virgins. Now, if you go for such things, when you give birth, a marine will try to take them, and some of them, he will make them virgin. Now, let me tell you, if If somebody is a marine virgin, the star is sealed unto virginity. It means that such a person cannot get married. You are not to marry. Because if you force yourself to get married, such people die in the eve of their engagement or in the eve of their marriage. And the man faces what we call marine persecution. So if the virgin is unto virginity, unless the star is being broken. If the star is not broken and you get involved, you die in the eve of your marriage or even during the engagement. And it happens. So we have what we call marine virgins. But if the star is not sealed unto virginity, that person can also get married. But every child that will come out of your womb, it will be marked by the marine demons. Now, they will mark them according to what they want to use them for in future. So the kids are being marked. So there are a lot of children who are rebellious, who smoke, who drink, who do this. You may think it is a bad habit. The marine demons has marked them according to what they want to use them for. Period. So nothing happens per chance. No. You may think it's a bad company. My son has fallen into a bad company, and I'll be listening to them and watching them. Say, my son has fallen into a bad company. He now smokes and drinks and is now on drugs. I say, bring your son and let me see. And when either your son or your daughter comes to me, I look at him and I say, hey, this is the marine has marked your daughter, your son, for that purpose. He said, Bishop, how do you know? I say, but I know what I'm talking about. And when we're able to get the child 3-4 days and break the thing, all of a sudden, instantly he stopped smoking, instantly he stopped selling the drugs, he stopped taking the drugs, instantly he stopped fighting. Then they come and ask me, how did it happen? I have a little boy, a white boy, about 12 years. The parents have put my name on him because he was on that thing and it was marked. So when I told them and we broke it, instantly he stopped and started going to school. He's now in the college now. He's now in the first year doing accounting. So that the parents, guess that the parents said, no, we want to honor you, so we want to add your name to our son so that in future he will tell his people why he has an African name. So it's not by chance. If your child is being marked by marine spirit or star to use him according to what he has marked him for, you have no power unless you break that star. Unless you destroy it. We have a lot. Now, you know what? I see anytime I come to America to preach, my fellow African Americans, their children, I see a lot, but I don't say anything. I see a lot. At times I say, hey, I cry, I say, hey, this. That's why I asked you to bring your daughter. You know, yes. I say, hey, no, my sister, no, you. You. I see a lot. They've been marked. And you give them 2-3 years, they'll start misbehaving. So you will think they don't want to work. They are lazy. That's how normal the parents will say they are lazy. They don't want to work. You have no idea. It is not that they don't want to work. Nobody is seated here under that doesn't want to work. But the marine demons have really marked them for a purpose. And if you don't break it, you will be surprised that you are a Christian, but your daughter or your son will go astray. The Bible says we wrestle not against flesh and blood. They want to touch us, touch our children, touch our grandchildren, touch our great grandchildren. Go ahead.
Such people die on the eve of their marriage, during the marriage or the engagement. When such a person gets involved in sexual relationship, things go very wrong.
That's right.
For the person.
That's right.
Because that person gets marine persecution.
That's right.
If a person is sealed on the private part, but not to virginity, the star is on the outside. And it marks all such persons, children, for marine.
That's right.
They will be marked on the navels and on other places, according to what the demon wants to use them for.